other sorts of richness that people look for is not really me. I'm not a religious person. My mother and father were raised very Catholic. They went to church all the time. My father, his parents wanted him to be an altar boy. And so they never wanted to push religion onto us. And so that never happened. I never really went to church. The only time I went to church was when I was 2, and I got so excited that I hit my head on a pew and we had to go to the hospital. So I never went back to church. That doesn't mean that I don't have religious beliefs at all. It's just that they don't play into my fulfillment in life. I'm not going to find fulfillment through religion. I'm not going to find fulfillment through politics. Whether or not I vote for a candidate or, I'm involved in any sort of politics in any way, I'll vote because it's a privilege to be an American and vote, but it's not going to be something that's prominent in my life. I'm not going to be actively involved in politics. I'll be informed, but that's the extent of it. And the thing about artistic fulfillment is that it's everywhere. Because not only is what I'm currently doing art, like some may argue that, film is not art, but I grew up with a mother who loved film. And she was in the industry for film, and she viewed every shot, every angle, every lighting choice as an art choice. And so she would, if she saw this video, she would kill me because of the atrocious lighting. Like, I have this one light from the tree, and so I'm dimly lit, and it's just atrocious and awful. So if she saw this, she would be cringing. But in my eyes, anything that you put work into and you put time into and has meaning to you, that's art. Art in and of itself is up to interpretation, so it really doesn't matter what anyone else considers art. It's really what you consider art. And so I consider this an artwork. Art plays a huge role in my life. And if I had to pick one other thing from the list of assorted things to address the richness of in your life, it would be art. I listen to music religiously, and music has played a huge role. Poetry, all of that has a certain spot in my life because it has a particular way of moving you. So music and film are going to be two of the things that I will continuously enjoy through the rest of my life. And those bring me happiness. When I listen to a good song or I see an excellent film and I'm able to have a deep discussion with somebody, those are things that are very cool to me. If you have the connection to it, like I have the connection through my mother with film, and I have a strong connection with music because it conveys so much emotion, and that's what I love about it. And those two connections, they give me a sense of fulfillment from art. And that's why in creating this project, I wanted to make a film. I wanted to make something that people could view and they could understand my beliefs. Because it's one thing to write a paper and have, the literature, which some may consider art, but this was an art form that was meaningful to me. This is my artwork that I have created. This has helped me sort of realize the richness. I really thought about what I wanted, and I wanted to talk about all of the things that I saw richness in. And once I started to interview people, I realized that there was more and more things that gave me fulfillment in my life. I realized how much people meant to me. I realized how much filmmaking meant to me. Like, I never make films, but this has been fun to make this film and sort of, sit out in a forest for, X amount of time and be able to take cool shots of things. And sort of be like, that'd be a cool shot. Let me take some video footage of that. Like, those are the sorts of things that I enjoy. And I sort of wanted to address this question last because it's a big question that can be put very simply. The question of, is your plan for the future ideal or real? And my thought is, similar to Aristotle's. I really like Aristotle. He was a cool dude. He took what Plato was doing and made it better. And that is that the ideal is attainable, and the ideal is something that you can make a reality. And what everybody was saying, they were so optimistic in that their future is attainable and they will get there. And I think that's what one of the great and terrible things about America, this was said by John Oliver, I can't take credit for this, is that in America, the idea is that you are either rich or you're going to be rich. And so everybody has this optimistic feeling, like I'm gonna make it big. That's my goal. And though it may seem sort of, like, well, everybody can't make it big, the idea is that if you set your expectations well enough and you're not overshooting, your ideal scenario is going to be your real scenario. You just have to make it happen. You just have to work for it. I'm going to take the steps to work and make my happiness and my richness in life a reality. And the only way that I'm going to do that is if I start moving forward. I've been sitting here for the past 5 to 10 minutes trying to think of a conclusion for the video. And what I came up with is that it's very telling. I've been talking for the last 30 minutes, I've been recording footage for the last 30 minutes of me talking about my life and my views on life and how they related to the class of humanities. And in the end, it all ties back to the quote by Aristotle, that happiness is a complete lifetime. One swallow does not make a spring. And he is so right in that you can't judge your life until you have lived it fully. You can measure your happiness right now, and you can talk about your happiness right now, but you can't truly measure your fulfillment and talk about it until you've lived it. And so what I'm looking forward to doing for the next 4 years and the rest of my life is going out and living my life. I'm going to go and see the world, and my life isn't going to be perfect, and I'm not going to find fulfillment and richness at every turn, but my idea and my goal, my realistic goal, is that at the end of my life, I can say, I did good. My goals for right now, start moving. Start getting my life going and moving away from what I'm doing now. Because what I'm doing now isn't necessarily what I want to be doing. I want to get to the places that I want to be and get to a path that I want to get to. Because right now I feel kind of off where I want to be. And so once I get into college and I start having what I see as my path right now, once I get that going, it'll be much easier for me. And then from there, I can start moving with the flow of life. And if it takes me off my path, that's fine. I just have to be ready for it. But for right now, I just need to get going.